Hi friends, good day. We have seen some few examples in the last class about how to record the two aspects of a transaction. Today let me take out one more example to again fine tune the doubts. So whatever the doubts you are having and to clarify that, I would like to fine tune few things again today. So let me start with one example today also. Okay, my dear friends, today I'll be starting one example here again. What is that example I'm starting today is that this is example 2. Yesterday's class I've given example 1. Let me take few transactions. In the last class we have seen 7 items, 7 uh, terms. Using that 7 terms, we have created some transactions. In today's class, what I'm doing is that I'll be taking few more things. So before I take those 2 terms, let me start again with yesterday's class by taking few examples. This time I'm writing commencement of business. Commencement of business by Mr. Suresh. By investing cash. Commencement of business by Mr. Suresh by investing cash. Now here we should go for again two aspects. So commencement means starting. Started business by Mr. Suresh. Suresh is the name of the proprietor. Who is Suresh? Suresh is the name of the proprietor. By investing cash. Now here I am writing. And also let me add one more thing. Investing cash, stock, furniture. You can see. Commencement of business by Mr. Suresh by investing cash, stock, furniture. So here what I am writing here, receiving aspect. I told you we should write the entries in the books of business. No? So receiving aspect. What is that they are receiving? Business is receiving cash. What is that business is receiving? Stock. Stock means own. He brought his own items. Like I told you, own farm output. Stock. And what is that they are receiving? Furniture. I think previously I've given only one example. No? Started business with cash. Now I've given started business by Mr. Suresh by investing cash, stock, and furniture. So receiving aspect is cash, stock, and furniture. Now, giver. Giver aspect. Who is the giver? Suresh. So Suresh is nothing but the owner, no proprietor. So you need not mention the name of the proprietor because it's only one man. Obviously, we prefer to use the term capital. If we are having more than one person, say Suresh and Naresh, then we need to use the word Suresh capital, Naresh capital. Like you are having, like it's a partnership. Since it is only one person who is investing, starting the business by investing cash, stock, and furniture. Here, giving, not giving aspect, giver. Who is the giver here? Suresh. Suresh is the owner, and that is being indicated with the term called as capital. That is the term indicated with the terminology capital. Are you following? So receiving aspect is cash, stock, furniture, because three items are coming into business. What is the business is receiving? Cash is receiving. Who is the giver? Proprietor. Proprietor is being represented by capital. Then and then what is that business is giving? Stock. Then next one, furniture. These three things are receiving. Who is receiving? Business. Who is the giver? Capital. Okay. So this is the first example I have taken. Let me take second example. Withdrawn, cash, comma, stock, comma, furniture for personal use. For personal use by Mr. Suresh. By Mr. Suresh, withdrawn for personal use is called as drawings now. So who is the receiver of these things? Yesterday's class we have seen. Receiver aspect. Receiver aspect. Who is receiving? Not receiver, receiver. Receiver aspect. Who is the receiver? Owner. Owner, whenever owner is withdrawing something, we need to use the word, term, drawings. Okay. Then giving aspect. Who is giving? Business is giving. Something is going out of from the business, or something is being received by the business. We'll be using the term receiving aspect or giving aspect. Now giving aspect, what is the business is giving to proprietor? Cash. Then what is the business is giving? Stock. What is the business is giving? Furniture. So how many aspects are they are giving? Three aspects. Three items. Aspect is one. Three items they are giving. Are you following? Items three. Aspect is one. Giving aspect. Cash is given. Stock is given. Furniture is given. That means these three items have been taken by Suresh, proprietor. Okay. So this is one more example I given. Third, purchase goods on credit. Purchase goods on credit. I told you, when you purchase, business is receiving aspect is goods. No? Receiving aspect is goods. And we need to use the term I told you last class, purchases. But you observe here, which is missing? The name of the supplier is missing. The following name of the supplier is missing. It has been given only as a credit. But which is missing? Name of the supplier is missing. Then we can write receiving aspect is goods purchases. Giver aspect. When the name of the person is missing, we can use the term supplier. Supplier is technically called as creditor. Who is creditor? The person to whom the business owes money or amount due to supplier on account of credit purchases is called as a creditor. When name of the supplier is not given, we can use the term creditor. Are you following? When the name of the term is not given, we can use the name of the supplier is not given, we can use the term creditor. Similarly, Sold goods on credit. Sold goods on credit. Here also you can see name of the customer is not given. Then we can write receiver aspect. Receiver aspect. Receiver aspect is nothing but is a receiver customer. When business is selling something, who is receiving? Customer. So receiver, not receiving. Receiver. Who is the receiver? Customer. And is known as technically debtor. Be silent. Be silent. So we need to use the word debtor. Debtor. Or trade receivable. Receiver aspect customer. Debtor. Okay, sold goods on credit. Receiver aspect is customer and debtor. You following? Giving aspect. When you are selling the goods, somebody is receiving. No, if cash is being received, you can write receiving aspect. Since we are not receiving cash, we are selling goods on credit. You know what is credit? Transaction, postponement of payment. So giving aspect here, giving aspect is here. You know that goods. Giving aspect is goods. Giving aspect is goods. And here, what is the goods? Whenever you are selling, we need to use the word sales. Okay. So when the name of the customer is not given, we can use the term debtor. When the name of the purchaser to whom goods, name of the purchaser, sorry, name of the supplier from whom the goods have been purchased is not given, we need to use the word creditor. Are you following what I am saying? The name of the supplier is not given from whom we have purchased the goods, we can call him as a creditor. When name of the customer, when name of the customer is not given, we can use the term debtor. Okay. Let me give you before I need to explain two terms again. Just I'm holding it for a while. I want to tell you a few more things here before I take into it. Uh, okay, let me give an example like we have seen took a loan, no? Took a loan. And let us see took a loan from bank. Now I do one thing. Here took a loan from bank and I'm adding few things here. Before this, before I give you bank transaction, let me tell you one new thing to you. Normally, what happens in business, we are having numerous transactions, where money involvement will be huge. Then, quite often, what will happen, where maintaining the cash with you is always risky. And nowadays, most of you know that the business people are, the customers are using buying, excuse me, buying the goods by using debit card and credit card. We discuss these things later on. But you all are aware. Google Pay, Paytm, and these things we are seeing now. I think it is very important for the shopkeeper or a trader or a business enterprise to open a bank account. To open a bank account. So what I am giving today, what I am going to tell you is that open a bank account by opened a bank account by depositing the cash. Opened a bank account by depositing the cash. Now here, let me put it in this way. Opened a bank account. Like you want to open an account. If you and me want to open an account, we need to open an account called a savings bank. Please remember which account we can open? Savings bank. If you want to open an account in the name of a business, because whenever you open an account relating to your business transactions, because business transactions means sometimes I'm receiving payments made by customers in the form of check, DD, or sometimes I'll be making payment by issuing checks. I think most of you are aware of check. A check is nothing but when you are operating an account with the bank will be giving checkbook facility. It is just like a withdrawal form. Most of you are having the accounts. Okay. So withdrawal form, that means through which you can withdraw the money from the bank. The advantage of check is that even without going to the bank, you can send somebody to collect the amount on behalf of you. Or you can, if you want to make a payment to somebody, you can issue the check so that that person to whom the check has been issued, that is been given, he is going to collect the money from the bank. So for that purpose, we need to open a bank account. So which account you can open? You need to open account in the name of business. That account name is called as current account. If you want to open an account in the name of bank, you can open current account. If Charms want to open, CA Academy wants to open an account, they can open only current account. If director sir wants to open an account is individual name, we can open savings bank account. If I want to open an account, I have to open savings bank account. I can't open current account. Are you following? So this is what opened a bank account means which account? Current account. By depositing the cash. To open an account, you need to deposit some money into bank. So then who is the receiver? Here I am using the word receiver. Receiver aspect is bank. Suppose if you are having only one bank, I can say my bank. If I am having two bank accounts, one is SBI, the other one is if the ICICI, I need to open, I need to write the account SBI bank, ICICI bank. If only one bank I am having implies the bank. No need to prefix or suffix the name of the bank. Name of the bank you need to prefix or suffix when you are having more than one bank account. If you are having only one bank account, it is we can easily identify whenever I talk about bank. If I am having an account in the name of business with State Bank of India, it implies that it is bank is nothing but State Bank of India. So receiver aspect is bank. Okay. Then giving aspect, what is that we are giving to business? Is cash. Okay, opened a bank account by depositing cash. Receiver aspect is bank. Giving aspect is cash. Then sixth point. Now, withdrawn cash from bank for business purpose. See, whenever you open an account, you may be withdrawing the amount from the bank for business purpose. Withdrawn cash from bank for business purpose. You have withdrawn some money from bank. For what purpose, my dear friends? Business purpose. That means I need to make money payment. So I need money. So previously I've opened an account by depositing some cash. Now I want to withdraw. Means I want to take money from the bank out of my deposit. That is what is called withdrawn. Why that amount is being withdrawn? For business purpose, because business needs cash for making payment, disbursements, making payment. So withdrawn cash. Come on. When you go to bank, you withdraw What is that aspect is called as? Receiving aspect. Receiving aspect is what, my dear friends? Tell me. Cash. Now, who is the giver? Bank. So here I am writing giver aspect is tell me bank. The seventh example. Seventh example. Withdrawn cash from bank for business purpose. Receiving aspect is cash. Giver aspect is bank. Next. Withdrawn money from bank for personal use. 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 Come on, personal use means drawings. But you take a money from whom? Bank. Now here I am writing receiver aspect. Who is the receiver? Proprietor. Name of the proprietor is Suresh. That is owner. Who is the owner? Proprietor. I am changing. Previous example I told you proprietor. I am saying owner. Owner or proprietor both are same. Proprietor is nothing but owner of the business. Owner. Whenever proprietor is withdrawing something for personal use, we need to use the term drawings. Giver aspect. Who is the giver? Bank. Then you can see first time you are having receiver, giver. In all the previous cases so far, if receiver is there, giving. If receiving is there, giver. Or in rarest rare cases, receiving and giving. But in this case, we are having both receiver and giver. Who is the receiver? Proprietor. For what purpose? Personal use. It is being called as drawings. Giver aspect. Who is giver? Bank. Okay, clear to all of you? This is seventh example. Now, I am giving an example. Okay, loan from bank. Okay, loan from bank. Means you need loan, you taken loan from bank. I'll tell you, my dear friends, whenever you take a loan from bank, first of all, you need to open an account, savings bank account in your name. No bank is going to give you cash. Suppose you want to take an education loan to pursue higher studies. Or if I want to take a loan for buying a flat or buying a house or buying a car, first of all, I need to open an account. The bank will be sanctioning the loan. That sanctioned loan will be deposited in my account. Is this clear? Suppose business person is taking a loan in the name of business. That loan amount will be deposited in the current account of a bank. Are you following where it will be deposited? Current account. If I am taking in individual capacity, it is deposited in and it is will be deposited by the bank in my savings bank account. If it is relating to business, it will be deposited by the bank in the current account. Is this clear? So took a loan from bank. Oh, who is the receiver? Receiver aspect. For you to understand current account. The name of the account is called as current account. Current account. Okay. Giver aspect here also. Now, giver is also bank, but we will be using prefixing loan from bank, or we can use the term bank loan. Loan from bank, or I can use the term bank loan. Clear to all of you? Okay, loan from bank. Only prefixing is loan from bank. Now, similarly, business also can give a loan. Business won't be giving loan to bank. Now, gave a loan to Sohan. Somebody wants a loan from bank. Business has given loan. Now here, previous example, business has taken loan. Now business is giving loan to somebody. So who is the receiver? Sohan. Here I write loan to Sohan. Previously I said loan from bank. Here now this time loan to Sohan. Receiver aspect. Then giving aspect here. Come on, what is that you are giving? Cash. If you are giving check, you should use the word giver, and then in place of cash we can use the term bank. Gave a loan to Sohan. Loan to Sohan. Giving aspect is cash. 10th example. Purchase furniture from Woodcraft. Issued a check. Purchased furniture from Woodcraft. Issued a check. That means, is it a credit transaction or not? No, not a cash credit transaction, because you are making payment by issuing a check. Like whenever you buy something, nowadays we are giving your card, debit card, for making the payment without giving cash, or you are making the payment through Paytm. Similarly, I think most of the people are using it. Sometimes the amount is huge. You don't want to use your credit card or a debit card. So you may be business people generally issuing a check. I told you, bank will be, when you open a bank account, bank will be giving a checkbook facility for withdrawal the money from the bank. Now to Woodcraft company, the business has given check. So here, what is that I am writing, my dear friends? So receiving aspect, receiving aspect is furniture. Receiving aspect is furniture. Then giver aspect here. Giver aspect is, receiving aspect is furniture. Giver aspect is check. No? That is, whenever you are issuing check, who is giving the check? Who is making the payment? Bank. Are you following? Here I am writing check. Check is in the form of, check is being given. Check is given means Who is making the payment? Bank is making the payment. Note. When check is issued, payment will be made by the bank to party. Party means in the above example, Woodcraft. Is this clear? Who is the name of what is the name of the party? Woodcraft. Because Woodcraft is a supplier. Are you following? When check is issued, payment will be made by the bank to party. That is why giver aspect is bank. Receiving aspect is called as furniture. Even for listening this, you don't need any commerce background. You don't need any accounting background. Are you following? So far, I haven't used anything technically. Okay. So I think this example I given. Now 11th one, I would wish to give you 11th example is about expenses. One example I want to give you. I think the things which I thought of sharing with you, I've already given. Debtor, creditor we have seen, capital we have seen, asset we have seen, goods we have seen, liability we have seen. Only two things are left out, even today's class also. Expenses and income. Let me give an example of expense. Paid salaries. Paid salaries. Now, surprisingly here, sir, how to use it? Receiving aspect I am using. You surprise. Sir, what is that we are receiving, sir? Simple example. If I am appointing, if I am appointing if I am appointing employees in my business, why should I appoint employees in my business? Because I want to extract some services from them. No? What is service? They are doing some sort of favor to me, that instead of me doing everything, they are helping me in doing my job. They are assisting me in doing my job. Am I right? The employees who is working with me will be doing a kind of a favor to an organization. It's simple word, they are providing service. So here, paid salaries means payment is an expense. Now receiving aspect, we'll be using the term service. Service. Okay. That service we are indicating with the name. We have given the name. When employees are providing you service, whatever the payment we are making to them, that expense is called as salaries. So this salary is called as expense. That expense, I say, your father has given you 1000 rupees and he has asked account. He said 900 rupees expense. What is that 900 rupees expense? He wants to get a detailed information. Can you provide? You can't say simply expense. Then you should say stationery, bus charges, auto charges, refreshment, metro charges. Like that you keep on telling splitting that amount. That means we can identify the nature of expense. Simple example. I am delivering lecture. I am providing service to champs. No? For extracting service from the faculty, Chams is making payment to me. It is called as salaries. That means Chams Institute is receiving service. Now, in turn, let me tell you, you are paying college fees to Chams or the college where you are studying, degree or intermediate where you are studying. Now, you are getting some service from the institute. No? For that service, you are making payment. That is called as fee. For a student, for you, it is a fees. It is service. The same fees is an income to the institute. Why? Because they are providing service and they are getting the income. Now you are receiving the service, you are paying the expense. Electricity bill is a service wire, we also say. Connecting black color wire, thick wire is called a service wire. Electricity, yes, we are electricity department is providing service. Water department providing service. Telephone department, these all are expenses, no? So receiving aspect, service. This explanation I am telling you from layman point of view. Those who don't know anything about the subject, they can understand simple way. Receiving aspect, service. That is called as service. Now, giving aspect is cash. Are you following? This is like you can give few more examples also. Electricity, rent, interest, etc. One example I have given, we can take that later on. See, this the same examples will be repeated, and technically how we need to record we'll be learning, but the outcome is the same. Outcome is same. For every transaction there are two aspects. Got it? Now 12th point. Received rent. By letting out business premises. That means business is having two floors. In the name of business, there are two floors. But one floor they want to use, other floor they want to let out. Received rent by letting out business premises. Now take this example. Received rent means receiving aspect is cash flow. When somebody is giving rent to me, it is a cash. Now giving aspect, why the cash is being received? Now by letting out the premises of the business, we are providing service to the tenant. Giving the room is service, my dear friends. We are using the word service tax now. Service tax is same thing. Life insurance corporation is providing service, premium, service tax you pay. Recent concept, this is service tax. You'll be learning in CA Inter. Goods and service tax. GST, service. Giving aspect is service. What is service? I am giving my own premises to somebody. He doesn't have the premises. Is it not service? Yeah, that for service, providing service, he is giving me rent. So giving aspect is service. What is the service? It can be financing. I can give them some money. It can be in the form of interest. Or when I am letting out my portion, it is in the form of rent. So I think the name of the income, this is rent is called as income. How you are providing service? Letting out property. Since you are providing some service, it is called as income. That income is in the form of rent. Why those who are staying in suburban areas, in villages where or districts where you don't have local bus services, they'll be calling service auto. In auto, they will be allowing 4 to 5 passenger. They'll be transporting 4 to 5 passengers. In minimum auto, actually 3 people can sit. But you say 5. Along with the driver, 2 people will be sitting on the left side or left hand side and right hand side. And or maybe one person and 4 persons are adjusting there. We'll be also having some plank like that. That is, there they'll be using the service charges from one particular point to another point. It is being called as service charge, 10 rupees up to bus stand, beyond bus stand, like that, depending upon the distance. Service. Auto charges, service. Auto cab charges, service. They are providing service. For providing service, They are getting some income. For getting service, we are paying some expense. Okay. So I think these two examples, you can give the same thing. We discuss this transaction detailed manner. This is the concept you are understanding before I take you to a chapter called a general. For the beginners, don't panic. We discuss each and everything. Okay. So I think paid salaries is expense, received rent is income. Periodical payment is called as expense. Periodical receipts is called as income. So I've given two examples. Is for expense and another for income. I think by this time you got the clarity. Using those nine terms, I've created a transaction. What is transactions are? Business activities are involving money is called as transaction. It is to be recorded. In whose books it is to be recorded? In the books of business. And these two things have been governed by entity concept and money measurement concept. I hope you got the clarity. Now, let me give a conclusion here. Let me give a conclusion on this explanation saying that now, by seeing the above transactions, yesterday's class example, yesterday's class example one, yesterday's class example one, and some technical issue yesterday. Today's class example two, we can say that in every transaction, we can say in every transaction, there are two aspects. Okay, so as we have seen that in every transaction, See here I've written, now by seeing the above transaction yesterday's class, I think there are some technical issues, right? The time of writing, you'll hope you understand it, or I'll erase it. Now by seeing the above transactions, yesterday's class, example 1, and today's class, today's class, example 2, my dear friends. Now by seeing the above transaction, yesterday's class example 1 and today's class example 2, we can say that in every transaction there are minimum two accounts. I think I'm using the word now, minimum two accounts. Sir, what is account? Two accounts. If you prefix not prefix, suffix. You suffix A by C in the above transactions, they becomes accounts. This is clear to all of you? They becomes accounts. That means if you suffix A by C in the above transaction, they becomes accounts. I told you, I repeated, and let me repeat. By seeing the above transactions, yesterday's class example 1 and today's class example 2, we can say that in every transaction there are minimum two accounts. If you suffix A by C means account. In the above transaction, they becomes account. And I use the word minimum two accounts. Why minimum? Here I am writing why minimum two only. Minimum two. Why minimum two? Because in every transaction there are two aspects only. Am I right? Two aspects. Two aspects only. Receiving aspect, receiver. Giving aspect, giver. That is a minimum two. But in some cases, you may have more than two accounts. More than two accounts. But aspects are two only. Why minimum 2 only? Because in every transaction there are 2 aspects only. So, but in some cases you may have more than 2 accounts, but aspects are 2. So, aspects are receiving, receiver, giving, giver. Minimum 2 accounts. But in some cases you may have more than 2 accounts. You can see here. Today's class I have started here. First, let me put A by C, then you will understand. Account we indicate with A by C, A by C, A by C. Here capital A by C. Okay, my dear friends. Now you can see. How many aspects are there? Only 2. Receiving aspect, giver aspect. But how many accounts are having? 3 accounts. So minimum 2, but sometimes you may have more than 2. How many accounts you are having? 3 accounts, no? Cash account, stock account, furniture account. How many accounts? 3. Aspects are 2. Now similarly here, you take example, drawings account, suffix account, cash account, stock account, furniture account. Look at this, drawings account, cash account, stock account, furniture account. Now again, aspects are 2. How many accounts? More than 2. More than 2. Minimum 2 accounts. More than 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let me take this example. Purchase goods on credit. Suffix A by C. Come on, how many aspects? 2 aspects. How many accounts? 2 accounts. Some transaction you may have 2 accounts. That means minimum 2 accounts. For every transaction, minimum 2 accounts. Aspects 2. Minimum accounts 2. Aspects 2. Accounts may be more than 2. Please try to understand. Aspects 2. Aspects 2 only. Accounts may be 2 or more than 2. But minimum account must be 2. You can't have only single account. For every transaction, you can't have single account. Accounts are 2 or more than 2. But aspects are 2. Accounts are 2 more than 2. Means minimum accounts 2. But aspects are always 2 aspects only. Okay? Right. Now, here let our suffix A by C. A by C. A by C. A by C. A by C is nothing but account. A by C. A by C. Now, by seeing the above transaction, yesterday's class example 1, since I don't have yesterday's class, for yesterday's class example also, those you have copied down, you put A by C for all to account. And today's class example 2, we can say that today's class example, yesterday's class example 1, we can say that every transaction there are minimum 2 accounts. If you suffix A by C in the above transaction, they becomes accounts. Why minimum 2 only? Because in every transaction there are 2 aspects only. But in some cases you may have more than 2 accounts, as you have seen in the case of example 1, 2. But aspects are 2 only. Okay. Now, today's class conclusion is that so far what we have done, we have seen the transactions, we have seen those 2 aspects. Those you have learned, my dear friends, those are going to learn also. This is being called as, first aspect is called as a debit, second aspect is called as credit. Try to understand. Repeat once again. First aspect will be called as debit. In future, you will be learning. First aspect is called as debit. Second aspect is called as credit. Why debit, why credit? You will be learning next class. First aspect is called as debit. Second aspect is called as credit. This is what. So, whatever I explained to you so far, whatever I explained so far, having having two aspects is nothing but double entry system. Having two aspects is nothing but double entry. Which system is that? Tell me. Double entry system. What is double entry system? That we'll be learning in the next class. Having two aspects is nothing but double entry. That means two aspects are called as double entry. Receiving aspect, giving aspect. Receiver aspect or giver aspect is called as double entry. What is double entry system? Who has invented double entry system? Etc. We'll be discussing in next class. Then under double entry system, now from here onwards, real subject starts. So for these three classes, whatever three, I think this is fourth class, 2 to 3 classes, whatever we have seen so far is only about the basics. I think those who can connect to this, I think you all easily can follow. And this, whatever we have learned, the same thing. The aspects are same, recording is same. But we'll be learning under this system, double entry. That means whatever you are going to learn in double entry system, without learning double entry system, you have already learned. Are you following? Without learning double entry system, we have learned already these things. These aspects, the same thing we are learning through this system, double entry system. It is a scientific system. Systematically, we will be learning. I think this particular methodology we have learned from our very senior faculty. He has taken classes up to the age of 78 years. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? We used to call him his Tataya Garu, grandfather. And that he has designed that for particularly for which people, for science background people. So I think those who are learned already, those who are from commerce stream, I think without learning the double entry system, you can now say that we can record two aspects. No, so today we have learned recording two aspects. This recording two aspects will be done in a book called as general. That general you are learning through double entry system. That means without going to double entry system, we have learned by taking few examples. So these things we'll be learning in the coming classes. The same thing we'll be learning under double entry. Because from the examination point of view, if somebody is going to ask you, you should tell them double entry system. But while doing the problem, nobody is going to ask you which system you have followed. But this is what technically is being called as double entry system. I think that discussion I'll be taking you in the next class. Is this clear? So double entry system, etc. we discuss. Maybe 1 or 2 classes we'll be discussing on double entry system. And then we start working out the problems. Okay. I hope you all are connecting to my way of lecturing, my dear friends. If you got any doubts, you can send your feedback and so that I can address on those issues. Right? Till then, goodbye. Thank you all. God bless you.